Good morning. Today we're going to do this really fun fold. It's called a mountain view fold. So as you look at it from the side, you have two mountain peaks in it. So it's really easy to make. Doesn't take much time at all because we're going to let the paper do all the work. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Donna Goodwin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Brookings, South Dakota, and I go by the title of Winged Horse Designs. If you're watching here live, good morning, Terry, Vicki, welcome. And if you're watching the replay, also welcome. So last week's winners of this card that I did, the double flap card, online it was Vicki. During the drawing that I did this morning of everyone who's liked, commented, and shared throughout the week, Terry B., you're getting this card, so congratulations. It'll go out in the mail as soon as I'm done with it. Well, as soon as the post office picks it up. Good morning, Lori. How is everyone this morning? It's a beautiful day. Okay, it's a little cloudy. It's supposed to snow here today, but that's okay. I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me flip this around the right way. Like I said, it is a mountain fold, and we're only using one stamp out of one stamp set, and then we're doing using these pieces. So these little pieces right here, you're going to use 8 of those, or we're going to use 8 of those. It's great for, all those little 3/4 inch strips that you have. We're going to cut them down and use them on this. The back side of this card has very little room to write. I didn't stamp anything in it because there is so little room to write, and we kind of went way overboard, or I went way overboard with happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday on the front. So I'm going to flip this over, move it up in here. The measurements are in the description. You won't need to write those down. Good morning, Irene. We're just using the happy birthday stamp from this Something Fancy stamp set with all these wonderful sentiments in it. So we're going to start with a piece. I'm using Daffodil Delight, and it measures 5.5 inches by 8 inches. And we're going to do some cutting and scoring. So I'm going to move everything out of the way, bring in the trimmer. Let's see if I can keep this. And my trimmer, so it depends on how you trim, it has measurements on this side. So I'm going to go to the 1 inch mark. And I'm actually going to flip it around this way to make it a little easier for me to do this without putting my head in the way. We're going to cut a line from the 2 inches to 6 inches. I want to get that a little lined up better. So we're going to cut down to 6 inches. Rotate our cardstock 180 degrees to the other side. And since it's at 6 inches, I'm just going to go from 6 inches back to 2 inches. Move our cutting blade out of the way. And you're going to love the measurements on the scoring on this card. We're going to score, I'm going to work down this way. It's easier for me. We're going to score 2 inches. We're going to score the full length of the card. We're going to move it over to 3 inches. And we're going to score between the 2 cut lines. So it's hard to see, but I'm going to line up this little notch that I have here at the cut line, and we're going to score down to the next cut line. We're going to bring it over to 4 inches, and we're going to score from the edge to the cut line and the cut line to the edge. So I'm actually going to start the cut line and move away from it because that's just easier for me. We're going to bring it into 5 inches. We're going to score between the 2 cut lines again. We're going to bring it to 6 inches, score the full length of height of the card. This is such an easy one, Paula, to score and cut. You got to love these scores. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty easy. So we're going to fold this one in, and we're going to fold the two outside ones. We're going to fold in kind of like you would with a gatefold card. Then we're going to take the two top and the two on the inside, and we're going to fold those as mountain folds. So I'm just going to push it all together and lay it down flat as though it was getting ready to go in the envelope. And here we have our two mountain peaks. I got this card idea from France Martin. She's another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And she did a video of this in November, and she did another blog post of it last week. So after the live is over, I'll go in and edit the description, put the link over to hers, and you can look at hers as well. I'm bringing in a piece of evening evergreen that measures 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/2. It's going to sit right here in the center. A piece of basic white that measures 3 by 3 1/4 that will be on top of that. That'll be the piece we stamp on. I have 2 pieces of basic white that measure 1 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches that'll go on the back. And the other piece that'll go on the back inside behind this piece measures 1 3/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And then for our designer series paper, you could do this card up in a lot of different designs with a lot of different papers and really come up with a lot of cards in a hurry to have on hand. These 2 pieces for the front measure 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. These 2 pieces that I'm going to, you wouldn't have to, but I have had these strips, so I thought I'd put them to use. They measure 5/8 of an inch. Okay, one ugly measurement. By 5 1/4, and I'm just going to attach them here just to pull in a little bit more. And you have 2 of those, and then we have 8 of these pieces that I took the 3/4 inch leftovers that you have from other projects and cut them into 1 3/4 inches. So before we start gluing all that stuff on, let's go ahead and stamp our one and only piece we're going to stamp. I'm going to bring in a piece of grid paper here so I don't make a mess. Our one and only ink pad, Evening Evergreen, and Happy Birthday. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the grid paper to my advantage. I'm going to center it on this darker piece in here. So I know it's about there, and let's see, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. There we go. There is our center. I'm going to pull it down a little bit closer to me. And I'm going to bring in a wet, actually a baby white. These smaller ones are really hard to stamp without getting ink on the edges, and I don't want to get any halos when I stamp. So I'm just going to pull that ink off that edge there. Because I didn't hop like a bunny, I pounced like my 95-pound lab. I'm going to give it a little hot air, remoisten, and I'm going to stamp this best I can right in the center. It is a really fun fold. Don't forget to put your questions in here as we go along. You don't need to wait till the end. Just put a Q in front of them to make them easier for me to find. And then at the end, we'll do some question and answers right before we do the live giveaway. The live giveaway for all of you who are watching is done. It pulls from comments, so you will need to make a comment in order to be in there. So I'm going to stamp one up at the top edge in just a little bit. Then I'm going to come in and do it again. I keep pouncing like that lap of mine. He's taking a nap in the other room. Has no idea I'm talking bad about him. I'm going to stamp one down here in the right corner. I'm going to stamp it 2 more times. And I'm going to try and go halfway between, just kind of so that it creates a staggering effect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Good morning, Susan, Mary. If I don't catch up with you on the live, I'll catch up with you in the comments after the fact. You love this. This is a fun card. What I really wanted to show wasn't so much the fun fold, is the fact that even though this stamp suite has a lot of florals in it, I wanted to show that we could easily, by using paper and just using a sentiment, make it a little more masculine for the men in our lives. So there's all, and it's, like I said, it's not a perfect down as you go. This one could have been a little over that way. I'm going to fold this up, put it away, and then I'm going to create some speckles all over the card. And I'm going to do that by using my markers. I'm actually going to turn this paper this way because the overspray is going to go that way on me. I'm going to take the paint side of my marker and my cap, and I'm just going to flip. There's the yellow. I'll clean that lid up later. I'm going to do the same thing with the evening evergreen. You can tell I'm used to putting it back this way and working this way, but I need the cap. And there we have all kinds of little speckles all over with our happy birthday. And it's time to just start assembly. I finally got in some liquid glue, my favorite adhesive. Whoa, it is definitely a brand new bottle. You know, I love card making and I love sharing what I'm doing. And I love looking at other people's cards as well. So I'm going to bring in this and put in all my designer series paper and put that on last. So we'll start with these 2 pieces. I think I like it this way. So this paper is a part of the Fancy Flora suite that I've been featuring all through the month of January. I have a few more to go. January is not quite over yet. We're only halfway through. And I'll be featuring it throughout the entire month of January. So hope you'll like the different ideas that we can come up with. I do classes here at the house. You can find the link of those in my blog and in the description. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I've demonstrated something you'd like to purchase, you can just click on the link to my online store. Okay, we're going to just grab 4 of these and put them on these little panels here. We could flip it back and forth, depending on the side. I just happen to like the green side, so I'm using just the green side. But you could certainly mix and match these papers any way you like. This is definitely fun paper, Terry. It looks like the artist had a piece of canvas and they worked with that palette knife and really put in a lot of different colors, which is how this paper was actually designed. The concept artist did just that, and then they took pictures of it. But it has so many different arrangements of colors in here. And I think I only have 3 patterns left that I haven't tried. Okay, so here's our front. I'm actually going to flip it over and do our back before we bring in our focal point. Now we could just leave these white, or you could stamp them if you wanted to, more room to write. This is my kind of card, but all I can say is happy birthday, love, Donna. I'm done. I don't have to think of something clever to say. We have 8 of you on here live with us. Listen to that. Me, myself, mouse in my pocket. There are 8 of you watching live, and so that means that most individuals will be watching this on replay throughout the course of the week. And even though if you're watching on replay, please still do like, comment, and share. I enjoy the love, and I enjoy seeing what other people like. Almost there. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you saw something you'd like, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And there's my January host code. Okay, there's the back. Let's finish up the front. I'd kind of like to know, what's your favorite fun fold? Now, normally I would put the glue on the back of this, but I don't want adhesive on these sides here. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the center panel, but I am going to stay just a little bit inside from these edges because this piece is not flush with that. Now we'll just center this in here. And we have a fun mountain view, mountain peak, mountain view fun fold card. It fits perfectly in a standard envelope. Because we're not putting any bling on it with all these folds, you can mail it with a regular postage stamp. You don't need an extra postage on this one. So that will obviously be a lot of fun. Now I am going to open it up for questions and answers. And let's see what you have here. Well, we don't have any questions just yet, but Paula says she has to save this so she can watch how to score and cut. And Lori says it's a cool fold. Terry loves the paper. Susan loves the card. I'll wait for a couple more minutes for some questions. And then we'll do the giveaway. Really? No one has any questions? Where do I find the template? Okay, Mary, the template will be on my blog post. Oops, there we go. The template will be on my blog post after about, give me 10-15 minutes after the live is over. And you can find that blog post. I don't even have it up here, but it's at wingedhorsedesigns.com. Super easy to find. Okay, we'll just go straight into the giveaway. So let me get that spun up. Oh, we have a couple more comments while that's working its way through. So Susan says, if you put bling on your card, can you put a piece of cardboard over the bling? Would you still have to add more postage? Depends on how heavy the bling is, Susan. I would recommend putting a piece of cardboard over it. Although you won't need extra postage on this one, it is a little on the thick side in the envelope. So it might take you, it may take extra postage, it may not. It's always safe to use the non-machinable stamps, even though they do cost more. And thank you, Lori. I tried to make it look easy. Okay, I am going to hit the draw button and we'll see what we come up with. Irene. So Irene's going to get this card. Congratulations, Irene. And then for those of you who are watching the replay, I will also, get that down. I will also do a drawing on Monday morning before I go live again next Monday of those of you who came in on the replay. And for those of you who were here live and didn't win, you still have a chance as well to get another. So there'll be 2 cards going out. I always send out 2. Oh, Ben, I am not. Are they both? That one's upside down. There we go. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful week. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Happy trails, everyone.